Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Again, my name is Doug Womack. I'm a trauma therapist and I'm helping people to recover from childhood trauma as well as narcissistic abusive relationships and move forward, reinvent themselves and live that life that you truly deserve. Now, one of the big problems that most people get after they come out of a relationship or they experience childhood neglect or abuse is often a complex trauma. And one of the signs of complex trauma is flashbacks. So how do we deal with flashbacks and what are flashbacks? So first of all, flashbacks, they're not always easy to spot. They're not always just images or just flashes of seeing the event unfold, although this is sometimes what people get. They will just be doing normal things and the next minute they will experience a flashback back to the event. They'll feel like they're there. It'll be very vivid. It'll be very real. And they'll experience all the same feelings as well. This kind of rush of adrenaline, the anxiety. They might break out in sweat. They might just feel like they just want to get out of there. And that's absolutely normal. So it's a scary experience, but it is one that will pass. So one of the best things we can do is to realize that it will pass. And to do this, we can use a tool of mindfulness. And there's a mindfulness technique that's really, really useful where we can stop the trauma or the flashback of the trauma in its tracks. Say to yourself, when you experience this flashback, say to yourself this sentence. So say to yourself, right now I am feeling, and then blank. So in the blank, name the current emotion that you're feeling. So right now I am feeling fear. I am sensing in my body, and describe exactly what you're sensing. Because I am remembering, and then name the trauma just by title. You don't need to put any details in there. So because I am remembering childhood abuse. And then the second part is, and at the same time, I am looking around where I am now and then say the year, so 2024, here, and then name the place, so in the UK, in the shop, at work, wherever you are, just say where you are. And now I can see, describe some of the stuff you can see right now in this place. And so I know that the trauma from childhood is no longer happening now. Now in that section where it says, describe things you can see now, what would be useful to do is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, where we're doing 5 things that we can see. So we just be like, okay, I can see a curtain, I can see a book, I can see you do 5 things. Then you do 4 things that you can hear. So I can hear the dog, I can hear my wife, I can hear the birds singing, I can hear my breathing. Okay, and then you can say 3 things that you can feel. So I can feel the shirt touching my skin. I can feel the warmth from the sun. I can feel the ground beneath my feet. 2 things that you can smell. So I can smell warmth from the radiator. I can smell, sometimes this is a difficult one, but again, it's not a bad thing because it's getting you thinking about what can I smell. I can smell I can smell my aftershave. Okay, and then 1 thing that I can taste. And then you really have to kind of look at what am I tasting. Maybe it's a toothpaste from this morning. Maybe it's the bagel I just had. Yeah, I think I can taste some butter from the bagel or something. To like, yeah, there's still a bit of that taste in my mouth. So now you've done the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 ways to stay present, and you've included that in this protocol in this sentence that you can just say to yourself. And this helps to take you out of that memory or out of this flashback back into the present moment, which is very much a mindfulness technique. And then if we want to take this further, we can start to use kind of mindfulness inquiry methods. So we can inquire about this. We can say to ourselves, I recognize what's happening to us right now, but I wonder what's really going on. Where did this come from? And then notice how this feeling is, making you feel. Yeah, what is the feeling? What is the experience? What is the essence of this? Just the kind of recognizing, acceptance, just accepting that it's there is the next one. So, can I just feel it? Okay, what does it feel like? I'm just allowing it to be as it is. Yeah, accepting the feeling. Remembering that what we resist persists. So it's allowing it to come and wash through us. Yeah, and then we can notice. Okay, so where did I notice that in my body? Maybe I noticed it in my stomach. Was it the kind of in the pit of my stomach? Did I notice it in my head? Did I notice it in my breathing? Yeah, and just be very nice to ourselves about, you shouldn't, we're not trying to add on negatives. We're just trying to be real about it. Was it a kind of energy? Was there any stories that went along with it? What was kind of investigating, just like in a curious kind of mindful way? Was this happening because I was tired? Was this happening because I hadn't been eating? Had I been triggered by something? Is it because it was early in the morning? How do I feel and now it's gone? Do I feel a bit tired? Do I feel a bit drained? Do I feel relieved? And the whole time we're not trying to identify with it. We're not trying to make it us. It's not us. It's just a thing that went through us. We've got to remember that we are more like the weather. And when you have a weather system, like now it seems sunny, tonight it's probably going to be raining, but this house is going to be here and it's going to be okay. And exactly the same when you're having a flashback, when you're having these moments, it might blow through you, right? And you imagine the wind blowing through you, taking that weather with you. And at the time it feels like, oh my God, I'm in the middle of the storm and I can't see anything else. This isn't going to go away. But when you realize, when you don't try and resist it and you just go, okay, let that tornado just go through your mind. It will be gone in a minute. And it will. It will always be gone. After every bright, dark night, there's always a brighter day. So whether it's cold in the mind, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, this is just a weather system. It is just a weather pattern. And like a mountain, you've been here for so many years and you'll continue to be here for so many years afterwards. And this is just a blip. This is just a blip. And the more we start to just see it when it happens and say, wow, there you are. Okay. And if we start to get scared, we can also speak to that inner child as well, because that's the inner child that's saying, hey, I'm really scared right now. And you can say, it's okay. It's okay to be scared. And it's okay to know that this will pass. It's okay to know that I'm here for you now and I'm an adult and I can look after you the way you maybe weren't looked after in the past. Or maybe the way I didn't look after you in the past. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you needed me then. I didn't realize that it was possible for me to talk to you. But now I do. So now I'm here for you. So guys, I hope this helps with your flashbacks. And if you have any questions or an experience you want to share with the community, please write them below. And save this video for when you need it. And remember to subscribe to help the channel.